Oh, welcome to Bogside Chats. My name is Matty Pesk. We're talking everything DeFi Kingdoms, and I am joined, as always, by Franz and Guy Kid. Boys, how we doing?
We keeping it casual tonight, or you
Yeah, did I say
left that
that?
out?
I screwed
I
it
didn't
up.
know if maybe this was a more formal.
This is a formal one. This is a formal
You can,
episode.
you can tell by our attire.
Yeah.
This is one of my best sweatshirts. I don't know what you're talking about.
A lot of cool stuff to talk about today. We had some news, some alpha drop, and we got
A
some
lot of alpha.
FightKlub action, DFK FightKlub action happening in the next week or so. But let's start with what's kind of going on here in the community. This past week was DCentral. Was it called DCentral? Was that the name of the conference? It was a conference.
Miami.
DCentral conference in Miami, where the DefiKingdoms team had a booth set up, and we're talking with about a lot of people in the NFT and crypto community. This is very cool. I think. I was supposed to get this on there. There we go. It was awesome that the team had a presence there. Our friends Crypto Grady, the Mythic Squad guys, a couple other people were streaming it and were showing all the content
mostly
there. Rock was there too. So it's very cool to see some members of the community. I don't think any actual alpha was there. It was just kind of cool community building stuff. I mean, did you guys watch it? I mean, what are your thoughts there?
Yeah, I was watching Rock stream for most of it. Starbuck turned on a stream for a little bit, but it was mostly Rock, like throughout their day and stuff. There was some definitely some cool discussion about DFK, different strategies, stuff like that. Kells popped in from the ADFK stream. Primetime was there from the Primetime Guild, so there was a lot of them. And it was mentioned on Chaos Cast today that like how great it was that so much of the community showed out and that everybody's talking about them. So about how many DFK people were there. So that's great.
Yeah, I saw a couple of the streams, and Grady was definitely the loudest person at the conference. I think he was just screaming at which was awesome. But like, I felt like nobody else was there except for him.
Well, so it was funny. There was that one point where the panel stopped for a second, and the moderator said, "Like, do you work for DFK? Like, what?" And he was like, he just went into his pitch. He was like, "Nope, but it's the best. Like, he stole the show. It's awesome. It's so great."
All right, definitely go check out Grady's streams. He's got them all posted, and it was very cool. It was cool seeing Dreamer up there. He looked so cool with the jacket and the shirt.
We all like the
I wish
he had a cool swag.
Right?
I wish, yeah, he is a cool looking dude. I never realized he had that much drip, but he does.
And the flow and the hair.
Moderator, yeah, he's got that salad going. The moderator was a little, while they were up there, he wasn't really letting them talk, and he was kind of just going for like cliche like laughs. I didn't love it.
Yeah, I think the moderator and some of the people on the panel maybe weren't on the same page. I think he was just trying to hype some bags, it sounded like, but the other ones actually wanted to talk about like building in a bear market.
I think he thought he was doing them a favor.
Yeah.
They were all trying to make intelligent, like thought-provoking points, and he was like, "Gotta get rich. We're here to get rich." It's like, all right, man, like, calm down a little.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. He was kind of off the mark there. But again, Dreamer looked awesome. He sounded awesome. He's a smart guy. So I'm glad, DFK had a presence there. It was good stuff.
Yeah. Very cool. Can't wait to watch all of the guys who were there, all their recap streams.
Right, yeah. Oh, shout out to ADFK. They're going to have Kells on tonight after our stream as sort of the sideline reporter from Miami. So that'll be exciting.
Yeah.
So tune into that. We're going to move on. Other big news that happened this week. It happened today. Oh, I didn't say the date. Today is November 30th. It is
like
Wednesday.
And subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe. The usual stuff. Yeah. Today, Bolon and Risen had a Chaos Cast, which is their little podcast that they do sometimes. And they had on Workhorse from Wisdom Gaming. Ian is his name, and they discussed some PvP stuff. Now, this was super fun. It was awesome to see him on stream and actually, sort of confirm what we already knew, is that these guys are just nerds who love gaming and love talking about gaming. They were talking about like past games that they've played, what is sort of not inspires them, but like what they're trying to build and stuff like that based on games they've played in the past. It was super cool hearing from them. What do you guys think overall on this?
Yeah, a lot of good stuff. It's neat seeing kind of the facility they've built out in Mall of America in Minnesota. And you can tell they want to do a lot of esports events, tournament events. A DFK Con was teased. How amazing would that be?
Oh, yeah.
Going to a facility like this for DFK Con. But a lot of exciting stuff that came from Workhorse, from Ian of what they're building out over there at Wisdom.
Yeah. The facility was amazing, and I mean, I just want to tell Workhorse right now, like if you guys are hiring, like I don't even like these guys. I'll leave Bogside in a minute. So just let me know.
Yeah, Bogside can be bought. That's what we should say. It can be bought for sure.
100%. That's why we got into this, to eventually be bought.
100%. In terms of alpha, so there was some little snippets throughout it. So I should mention, they had Hubert also on the stream, and he was there as kind of the referee, the guardrails, to make sure nothing too important was revealed. But a few things did sneak out. One of the not big, I mean, we knew this was part of it, but a really cool thing they talked about was travel, and how basically it's confirmed there's going to be PvE, and there'll be PvE events on the map where you will have to move your heroes, back and forth between wherever the events are happening on the map. That was all but confirmed, in my opinion, of how they described it. So I thought that was very interesting. Thoughts on travel and what they talked about in that regard?
I like that it's going to be a live interactive world, and there's things that you're going to be able to do across the DFK universe, which is awesome. It's really not going to be a static, your 3 heroes versus 3 other heroes in one finite match. There's really going to be a live ecosystem that you can interact with.
Yeah, the example they gave got me really excited. The idea, and I think it was Hubert that said it, but for level 20 profession quests, maybe you need to go and battle your way to get to them. So that's what kind of takes what we have today and kind of makes it a game, right? We're not very far off. Just give us a little bit of action to go do these quests, and doing them is more exciting, more interesting.
And what they were saying makes a lot of sense too. And I know it's tough that it's like, it feels like we're just waiting and we want something to be released, but you can't release something before the skeleton of the game's created. Like, they need to create this ecosystem. They need to create this universe before anything can really be sent out.
Yeah. Totally.
So was it new information today, or am I just slacking, that Wisdom is also working on the PvE? Because I was under the impression they were just doing the PvP mechanics and then hands off.
It was mentioned that was the original agreement. And then they had a recent conversation that Wisdom, utilizing their bench, their team of developers, their breadth of scale to be able to accelerate this whole process for DFK, is really taking over a lot more of the game mechanics, I guess you will. What's Hubert's new title? What were his 2 titles? The one that he's excited about now?
So he's back to being the game director, and previously he was the game mechanics director. So it sounds like he's more of like the big picture one, and right. Ian is now, Workhorse is now kind of the game mechanics director. I mean, I don't know if that's official titles, but I think that's kind of where they like how they're falling into their roles and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
I think this was confirmation that they're doing PvE. I think it was kind of like talked about, sort of like the PvP system will influence the PvE system, but I think this confirmed it, that they're doing the PvE as well.
And that's obviously better. One cohesive team.
Yeah.
Everyone kind of working together. And it sounds like they have a very strong working relationship between the 2 of them, and second best dad as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it was very exciting.
The other thing was the monks they were talking about.
Right.
Oh, I just cut off your little.
No. Well, I mean, that's what I was going to say. Was in discussing. So big discussion was that Hubert loves monks. It's his favorite class. Because honestly, it sounds like he is a monk personally. But with that, they hinted at the fact that the skill trees will have 3 separate paths, is how they described it. Sort of, different branches that you can go down, I'm sure. And then, each one, I'm assuming at the end has a kind of super move or super power that you have to choose, which path you go down. Now, we didn't know exactly what the skill tree was going to look like, but I think this is definitely confirmation that, it's going to be something closer to, what we've seen, sort of like Skyrim in terms of, how those skills and stuff are picked,
Well, what's interesting, I think, is what are these three branches, right? Because my without having any prior knowledge, I would have assumed, as we've talked about and Guy has talked about a lot, that one would be profession based.
Mm-hmm.
But they've said that that's not the case, right? So maybe one is more of a healer support type. Maybe one, I mean, I'm using monks as an example. Maybe one is more offensive, more melee based.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. It's the little kernels that we're getting are just making me kind of go nuts thinking about.
Yeah, like a monk, I could easily see one being unarmed combat, one being like support stuff, like stun moves or something
The
like
heals
that.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then the third being maybe weapons, like a quarterstaff or something like that.
The idea of equipment having part of a skill tree, I hadn't really thought about.
Yeah, you could just even have like two different equipment paths you could go down.
Exactly,
and like monks having like furry fist versus like a spear or something.
Yeah. Well, and I'm assuming also too, I mean, closer to somebody like the warrior or the knight, that it'd be like sword versus lance, would be your paths.
Right.
I mean, who knows, obviously, but I think this is very exciting. I mean, I would assume, just gaming that out, that everybody has three different paths, or though that could be different depending on, advanced classes.
Yeah, maybe advanced have more.
Yeah, exactly.
And I like that comment from Effects too, of like one of the skill trees could just be your weaponry, where the whole idea of the skill tree isn't to just get to the final move. It's like, do you want to prioritize your abilities hitting harder or your weapon hitting harder?
Yeah.
But
that's very cool, and that's super exciting. I mean, the fact that they're even saying that, like that was the kernel, means, I mean, I feel like this confirms to me that it's much more built out than we thought, or at least the skeleton is there,
Right, the skill trees and stuff, and I just feel like once they kind of give us that, it's just going to change the whole conversation around the game, right? Because we love talking about DFK, and that's why we come do it often. But there are nights where it's like, all right, well, what are we going to talk about tonight? Because not much has changed, right?
Yeah.
You give us skill trees, do a different class every, do 3 episodes instead on each class. Like we could talk about that for hours.
If they released the skill trees, prior to it being in the game, I will not sleep. I will just spend all night
research time,
gaming it out and stuff like that. I mean, I did that for Illuvium when they did the private beta. They did a limited release of like the team combinations that you can do with the different alluvials, and I spent forever. I mean, same thing with like building a Pokemon team or any of these games where you're like, you have to game out what your team is going to look like prior. I think we all, love that, and we'll do it forever,
The best part about theory crafting the skill tree is that you always end up, or at least I do, like my character will be at level like 3, and I'm mapping out stuff for like level 37. It's like, well, then am I going to go left or right at this branch? Like, I'm not going to be there for months, but like I'll sit there doing it.
Yeah. You're like really stressing about that decision.
Oh yeah, it's like I got to figure this out,
You're still grinding the warthogs. So it was really cool. I recommend, if you haven't checked it out, go watch it. It was only like hour 15. It was pretty quick. Were there any other little kernels or little hints that I missed here?
All big picture stuff, like they said, like 1/50th of the game is released.
Oh yeah.
And like, I know that's not a very big comment. It's like, yeah, I would hope so, but like, there have been times of doubt where I'm like what? Like, it just seems like such an undertaking to kind of build all this. So to hear them talk about and get excited about what they've seen, that's enough to like kind of keep me knowing that they're progressing, that it's coming.
Totally.
Did your perception of value on Jewel go up or down after today's chaos conversation?
I bought more today. Let's go.
I mean, I think.
Not because of that, just
I don't know. I mean, I also think, and we're going to talk about this a little bit later, is like what's going on with the Tavern right now and the marketplace. But I think hero value went up, and that's not. I mean, that's kind of straightforward. This isn't. I'm not blown anyone's mind with my analysis here.
Do we want to go into it now?
And when they talk about PvP, I think that adds more value to the heroes. While I do think Jewel is important, I think it just makes your heroes more valuable.
Agreed.
Yeah, you want to
let's segue. We can skip.
All right, we'll segue.
We can come back.
So long-time listeners will know this, although we stopped doing it for a long time. We're gonna have a segment now called Terrific Tavern or Terrible Tavern, where we will say if we believe the tavern right now is terrific or if the tavern is terrible. Guy, what's your analysis?
It's all different forms of terrific. I mean, the floor is approaching 40 crystal, which is interesting. But then there's other unique things like I need to get back in the Gen 1 10 out of 10 game. You guys know this. I lived the 10 out of 10 Gen 1 game for a good 6 months. And the floor on that's 75 crystal. And if the floor on a regular hero is 40 crystal, you have a high probability of making money with 2 Gen 1s.
Oh, yeah, because those first few summons are like nothing.
Right. 32, 36, 40 is your first 3 summons.
Even if you miss on, if you like whatever combo you're trying to go for,
right?
A 9 of 9 Gen 2 is going to be a little bit more than floor. Obviously.
One would think.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like there was a really big alpha drop in the last AMA that I haven't seen many tweets about. I haven't really seen anybody talk about at all, right? And it's the idea that higher level heroes are now going to be gaining value as their stamina will regain quicker. That's enormous, right?
Yes. So this was added to the AMA last week or the week before?
Last week, I think.
Yeah, where they said the time. It said the time for stamina to recover is going to decrease for higher level as you get higher in level. So I think, yes, I mean, I don't know how much it's going to change, like from your level 1s to your level 4s, but like I think the level 20s, 30s, I think it will start to make a difference.
Well, I mean, just kind of bringing that back to the tavern, right? We don't really see a difference right now. Like, I thought Dark Summoning would cause a bigger discrepancy between price of those higher level heroes. Maybe it did a little bit, but not really noticeable. And I think that'll be kind of a lagging indicator too, where we haven't really seen the full effect of Dark Summoning on the Tavern. But I think even more so once that release and, once they can quest more, we should start seeing the value there.
Yeah, that will be interesting. I think going to the Dark Summoning, the only thing that right now that's noticeable is that the Sage and Dragoon floor did pop up a little bit when Dark Summoning happened. Just because, and that's been talked about too, is that the Sage and Dragoon total population has gone down because so many people
while
now
Dread Knight has gone up.
Exactly, which is kind of interesting. I don't know if there's a move to be made there. I mean, obviously, less supply, maybe, but like I think again, like I think France, I think you're right. I think it's too early right now. It's still happening, and like its effects are still going to be ongoing, I think.
Well, the other thing, and I don't know if Guy said this, I zoned out for a second there. The idea of advanced abilities now, they seem to be priced correctly.
Yes.
Where, a Gen 1 10 of 10 is the floor is like 70 something. Gen 1 10 of 10 with an advanced ability, I believe the floor was 130 the last I checked. I mean, that's big. So one thing I've started doing with Gen 0s and with some, normal heroes is just summoning for abilities and not caring about mutations. Like I did a pirate and a seer last night because it had 3 advanced tries and I got a hero with 2.
Yeah.
So, and I'm pricing it at like 250.
So I that's very interesting. I also have been noticing this and have done the same thing. I sent you my very degenerate one of 3 matching with a knight and an archer that, no chance of any class mutation or subclass mutation and only going for those 3, abilities, because you look at the market right now and especially elites, if you can get somebody with an elite, like elite commons with like even 5 summons are like 500. I mean, that's not. I don't think that's exactly accurate, but it's around
Yeah,
there.
it's
Like,
not very liquid, that market, but
no, there's not that many of them.
it's the
But like,
floor right now, you know.
it's one of the most expensive, commons that you're going to get is these ones with these higher abilities. So I think people are finally kind of catching up to that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, does someone know something that we don't? I mean, we've been touting advanced abilities on this podcast
We were
forever.
early.
We love it. Yeah, yeah. But I mean, is there a reason why now the market is catching up to that, or is it just?
I
don't
mean,
know.
I think we're at a kind of a saturation of heroes where like it's beginning to get hard to to find one that's set apart in some way.
Right.
I've been looking for advanced and subclasses to kind of get those heroes that are set apart, but I think the abilities is the best way to do it. And also, I'd add that every time Workhorse opens his mouth, even to say hello, the value of advanced abilities goes up in the tavern.
Sure.
Like the closer that we get, the more information we get. We all know they're going to mean something.
Mm-hmm.
One question I'd love to ask him, if we ever got a chance to talk to him, would be what
only.
the difference between advanced and elite,
Right.
right? Like, did 2 advanced abilities equal an elite? Like, what's kind of the scale there?
Yeah. Yeah, it's very interesting. Would you rather have a, let's say same class, same subclass, whatever it is, a hero with 4 advanced or 1 elite?
I think Starbuck asked that in chat when Workhorse showed up and was just like in the chat. He wasn't like live on stream
Sure.
with Grady, but he was just hanging out in the chat. And Starbuck asked that, and Workhorse, I think he responded like "great question" or something like that. Completely dodged
If
it.
I guess his response, it was depends on the player and the
Yeah.
move they make. That's his go-to, and it's a good answer.
That's
I
great,
love
yeah.
that that's the mindset that they're taking.
Yeah.
But like, give us something, please.
Right. Well, and going back to Chaos Cast, we're still in the tavern segment, but
I need to go back to the tavern.
he did say that he wants to build something, especially in the PvP, where important decisions by the players, creative combinations by the players will make you competitive. He doesn't want the Dread Knights stomping everybody.
Mhm.
And again, like we knew this and we hoped this, but like I love hearing it from them, talking to the community, saying that like that's not what he wants. So that's exciting. So I mean, you have to assume the way to get that advantage, potentially are these abilities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the other thing, just to note on today's stream, he's one of the founders of Wisdom, and Grady told us that. And not that I didn't believe Grady, but I have to apologize. I was kind of like, that doesn't sound right to me. Like, but he is, and with them being an esports focused company, like really heavily esports focused, like what they're building, I'm assuming has some esports appeal. So the idea that DFK might be able to break into that world, like that just attracts a whole different audience. It makes it so much more exciting. I mean, just think about our little FightKlub, tournament streams, but like on a grand scale.
No,
Awesome.
I'm pumped. It's very exciting. Another little thing, I should have said this earlier. I mean, not a huge deal, but they did say they said they weren't giving timelines, but they did say that it's closer than we think, which obviously, whatever that means. But I think the fact that they're discussing some of these things, I think potentially months. I don't know. 6 months.
Months versus years.
You said months broadly, as if like 11 months you'd still be happy.
I mean, yes.
Wait, can I break in with something from chat? So
yeah, I have to actually. I needed to get a beer, so I'm walking away for like 1 second.
Cool. So Effect said started realizing Zabu's mana strategy is probably much more viable after this alpha. What is Zabu's, and Zabu, I think you're here too, so feel free to answer. What is the mana strategy?
Definitely going to need mana for abilities.
All right, we have
Even
different accents
non-casters.
from different places. I say mana.
Yeah.
I've been scolded by Maddie many times for that, but
so even non-casters. So it's like your warrior's still going to need some level of mana.
Oh, so
to
saying
use
the
like
idea of
a
pumping up,
flaming sword technique or
Yeah.
like a
pumping up
charge.
intelligence and wisdom, even if it's a non-caster, you're saying.
So I think WoW had melee characters had like rage. Like warriors had rage, thieves had
In
like
place of
basically
mana.
a stamina,
Like it was a
stamina
separate
equivalent. Yeah.
resource pool.
Whereas like all these in DFK would just be mana.
Yeah.
So thieves are going to need mana for some kind of stealth attack. Same with ninjas. Warriors will need some kind of mana to do like a parry or something like that. I could
Yeah.
see something like that coming through.
Terry, huh? Where'd you get that idea?
Well, I don't know.
Nice new FightKlub move.
Yeah, that's a night move though, right?
Yeah, I always like the idea of like making a magical type of hero, but I struggle with like thieves and knights that are like so, and like warriors that are like so inept when it comes to the mana. Oh, Sabu answered. Vit +1 and 50%. Oh, on every hero. You have some great self-control, my friend. I would not be able to do that.
I wouldn't be able to. Well, I do. I understand the vitality for any
Oh
of
no,
the
Vit definitely.
any of the fighting, martial classes. Your
But staying true to the intelligent and wisdom and letting the mana compound just like the health does is a really interesting strategy.
No, I think it's right.
I don't know.
I think at level 25 he's gonna have heroes that are all better than mine. But like in the meantime,
man, I can't see myself doing that for like a berserker or a warrior who doesn't need intelligence or wisdom.
So, well, that's his point though. Is if your berserker is going to, if he's going to use his enrage skill, he's going to need to use mana,
because
his berserker is going to be able to do that at twice the rate that you are because he's got so much more mana.
But at what point does it become kind of a what's the word I'm looking for here? Depreciating return? No, that's not. That
You can
right.
you can use enrage all you want because my warrior is strength level 45.
Exactly.
And when he swings his two-handed sword and hits you in the face,
his basic is going to be better than whatever move requires all your mana.
Right, and just the idea that because they're not slated to have as much mana in general, right? You assume those moves cost less. But he is saying only to do it to level 10. So
well, and
it's not like he's continuing this
with the three paths that they're talking about, the skill tree, because one of them might be your warriors or your paladins with like expensive moves, a move set that requires a ton of mana.
You got your paladin that always wants to taunt or use their blessing or whatever. And then you've got your paladin that all I care about is having a really good shield and a really good sword. And I'm going to boost the shield absorption damage as much as possible in the skill tree.
Question might be a stupid question, but with the skill trees, right? Do you think that it's going to be something where you have to unlock one thing to get to another, or do you think you're going to be able to kind of accumulate points and maybe kind of pick on some side of the tree to only do the higher level things?
I think personally, I bet it will be. I've seen this in games where like you have to unlock one to get to the next one, but once you have it unlocked, you can go. But you could double up on the first one and make that move stronger. You know what I mean?
Right, like a 1 out of 4 unlocks it, but 4 out of 4, yeah.
Exactly.
Guy, I'm surprised you don't have the skill tree up from.
I tried looking up for the Rise of Kingdoms one, and I couldn't find a good visual. Okay. So I went to World of Warcraft, which is pretty good too.
Aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
Shout out while we have a break here. Shout out to everyone that just hopped into the chat. We got Rock in there, Crypto Grady, yeah, baby.
Oh, yeah, baby.
You guys were great down there in Miami. Born to Die, what's up? Tune Fed. How's everybody doing?
Yeah, good crew going through. So like with this skill tree though, of like just if you start here at the Rising Sun Kick, you don't always have to end here at the Sunlight Tiger. Sure. There's some overlap across these three different. So I'm curious if it's going to be 3 silos or if there's some level of overlap.
Right, and then you have on the ends there kind of the skills that you need to go down that path. You can't really get a crossover to certain ones.
I think so. Interesting comment here from Zabu. Was that the one I was looking for? Yeah. Okay, so talking about those advanced abilities, something that they said earlier, or that Workhorse said when he was in the PvP chat on Discord, was that they're calling them genes. Like, this is a hero's genes, and it's like a trait that the hero
For the
has
advanced abilities.
for the advanced abilities. So I don't think those advanced abilities are going to be move sets or special thing. I think they're
even though we have them labeled as
Yeah.
abilities,
There you go.
we as a community should start calling them traits and not abilities.
Yeah.
But also active and passive. Active, I still don't, unless you're kind of changing the definition of what
This
these
is
are.
this is legacy information too.
Right.
Don't forget.
Right,
So
but
active
an
might
active
not truly
move
be active.
would make me think, it's going to be something that you can
I
actually
think
do.
that could be something like active means your attacks have +5 versus passive means your defense. You know what I mean? Like, you could stretch those definitions to mean whatever, I think.
Right.
Fair enough.
But
And
yeah,
like you said, it was legacy stuff before they were kind of in on the team. And I
Yeah.
think when they were made, not even, Frisky and Hubert kind of knew what they were going to be, right?
Yeah. Well, which is interesting too, that there's a whole other category of stats unknown that who knows if that's being incorporated. I would assume
unknown.
so. I mean,
I feel like they have to put it in there somehow, but that was the ultimate, like, leaving it open ended and just
exactly.
like, yeah, we'll worry about that later. Just
Actually,
leave it unknown for
something I
now.
wanted to ask you guys if you'd seen it. I haven't seen Stats Unknown Elite. Have you ever seen that?
I'm sure it's out there.
I've seen Stats Unknown Advanced,
Is it even
plenty of
on
times,
DFK? No,
but I've
it's
never
not.
seen Stats Unknown.
Try DFK Analytics. Pouring was giving us the alpha. I've started using it. It's really good.
Right, yeah, because Pouring was talking about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and if that kid's doing something, you should probably
You
pay
also be
attention.
paying attention. Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, Sarge? How you doing?
They don't even have stats unknown. Just active 1, active 2, passive 1, passive 2. Unless I'm
We
missing
gotta
it.
find that out.
There is it's not up here, but yeah, it's one of the filters down low. But you'd have to query the entire hero.
All right, we'll figure that out later. Or anybody in the chat knows it. Does Stats Unknown? I've seen Advanced Stats Unknown. I've not seen Elite or obviously Transcendent Stats Unknown. And I doubt anybody is, summoning for stats. Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe some people are.
I didn't realize there were people out there summoning for genes and backgrounds for a very long time.
Hey,
Yeah,
And then we had someone get the wild tentacles.
my ninja with the orbs is still in the market. So
Who did I play today in FightKlub? Segway FightKlub. Who did I play today? I think it was Sergeant. Was it you that has an orb ninja or an orb something in their baby cup team?
I got one of those.
Do you? You have orbs?
I got a ninja with orbs. Yeah.
Oh, fancy.
It was supposed to be a sage with orbs, but I missed on it.
Yeah. So
this was cool. So this is the first Dread Knight. Dread Knight was.
So it's not pouring.
It's not pouring. Yeah.
He's trolling a little bit.
It
is
perilous though.
TTS Gear, who is a FightKlub player as well that we know. That's what Pouring said, at least, that he summoned it, and it's awesome.
And
But
didn't
he
even
didn't
use
use
a
a
strength stone.
He didn't use a stone.
He knew what he was going for. At this point, you have to know you're going for a Dread Knight.
Yeah, he didn't like stumble into this.
Right,
looking
exactly.
like-
You're fully committed at this point. So the fact you're going for this and didn't use, I mean, it's a Gen 7. How many of us are summoning Gen 7s nowadays?
So I summoned one today. If I could just sidebar, make this about me and vent a little bit. So I was going for a Summoner Sage. I had a
cool.
2% chance of a monk in the class and a 0.7% chance of a pirate in the subclass, and that is what I hit. Common to boot.
Brutal.
That's fun.
So, all right, we can get back to regularly scheduled program now.
I think that's a good segue. So this today, the hype on PvP got me excited for some action, and we do have some action upcoming in FightKlub.
Yeah, we do.
So we have a tournament that is happening starting on Monday.
Right around the corner.
It is a baby cup. this is the second baby cup that we've ever done. So baby cup is
2
obviously
tourneys.
all 3 of your heroes have to be level 1. The last time we did a baby cup, it was Franz v. Poring in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
And he pulled off the W. Poring pulled off the W with a what was the one he had that was the one hero that was like?
Okay, I bring this up on every pod. People must be sick of hearing it at this point.
No, but it was impressive.
He had a sage that had over 140 HP. So I used my second
That's right.
aim shot, thinking
And
that
this-
the sage was done, and there it was with 2 health, ready to lightning strike me. So I think I've officially talked about it in every podcast we've done in the past month and a
So
half.
with the new abilities that are out, how could you counter a strategy like that?
Oh, look at that! Did you script that? That was
I
great.
might
That was a great question.
Great segue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we're going to see as many sages because there are so many new combinations. I've been seeing people using the poison kind of build with a ninja there in the midline. I've been seeing more wizards than we've seen before. I personally think burning is, I don't want to use the word OP. I don't think it needs to be changed or anything, but I think it's a powerful strategy. There's more to do.
Burning and poison are strong. Burning and pouring and poison together is borderline OP. And did I say burning and pouring?
Yeah.
probably.
Did that
He's
Freudian
haunting us
slip
at
a
this
little
point.
bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He's constantly on our minds.
I'm not trying to pop quiz you guys, but poison is ninja and thief are the only 2 classes, right?
Yes.
And then burning is wizard and summoner.
Does Summoner have a burning?
I thought
Summoner
he had.
does not.
Oh, never
No,
mind.
It's just wizard.
It's
just
Summoner
wizard.
has chain lightning. So to go back
Oh,
to my
right,
original
sorry.
question as to how you would counter that sage with 145 health, Summoner has a chain lightning move that will hit every single hero. It'll hit 30 on the front line, 20 in the mid, and 10 in the back. So you
So it's
can
a
kind of
cleanup.
finish those low health heroes that are still lurking around.
It's a good cleanup. It's a good lead off too, if you want to just kind of get everyone a little bit below those thresholds.
So these new burning and poison being these new kind of keywords that are part of the game, does that change your tier list? You know, we've sort of talked about a level 1, baby cup tier list in the past where archer and wizard, warrior are kind of at the top. Does this change ninja and thief or wizard in any way? And now that we've got these new keywords with new abilities?
I think Ninja's playable now.
Yeah.
Thief, I think so too. In the midline, I wouldn't really put one in front line, but like level 1, what's the difference in health there? I mean, I feel like Thief isn't that much lower than everybody else.
No, I don't think it's that bad. Let me pull it
Yeah,
up.
we can find out.
But also with Thief, I feel like the Thief is, and Meme Machine just said it in the chat, Thief, he said S tier. The problem is you have to use it in frontline to get access to Acid Spray, but Acid Spray is a great move. I think Thief alone, it's still a little underpowered because you got, what is it? What's the name? Backstab does what, 50 or 40? 40.
It now does double if they run away,
Right.
which doesn't really help you for baby cup because backstab alone is going to kill them if they're trying to run away anyways.
Right, people don't switch as much, but not Vendetta. I can't think of the names now. What's Thief's other ability?
Isn't the poison?
Yeah, Viper Strike.
Viper Strike.
It adds 1 poison, and I think does 20 damage. So it's still not like I can't justify using a Thief over a Ninja at this point, unless it's again Thief, and that's a kind of a special case. But I think the Ninja's just better in every way because the Miasma gives you multiple poison stacks over time.
Level 1 Thief, 135 hit points.
Yeah, we got there like 10 minutes ago, Maddie. Thanks for
Which is
catching
like
up.
equivalent of like Archer.
Guy's doing research and just giving him shit for it. Wait. What were the equivalents? I actually didn't know this.
135. Archer has the same 135. Monk has 135. Wizard has 100. Priest has 110.
Oh,
Okay.
you know something I haven't gone to in a really long time? Remember the Excel that has all the heroes? Does that have starting HP, or did you just search them?
It
No, I went to
does not.
Expert, DFK Expert Stronghold's website. Has the infographics that are awesome.
Oh, nice.
He's got a cool chart that shows starting stats and starting hit points for every class.
Sweet.
This is versus like Warrior and Knight are at 150 and 140 at level 1. And
Knight
then,
is 140.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Warrior's 150. Ninja is 140. So, I mean, 5 hit points more for Ninja than Thief
Okay.
at level 1.
I think the miasma, having access to
Mhm.
miasma bomb instead of Viper Strike and backstab, I think that's
Yeah.
because it stays there for 3 turns. It's something that your opponent has to worry about for 3 turns, and if you package that with a Dragoon or a Knight, or maybe a Dragoon with a Knight subclass, do both,
Ooh.
and get them to start switching from miasma. It's at the end of the turn, it adds a stack of poison, and anytime it switches, the new front line gets a stack of poison. So if you can force that switch, all of a sudden they're taking an extra 20, extra 30, extra 40 damage. Like
For these
that's
level 1 guys, that's
yeah, no, it's great. I think ninjas are definitely playable.
interesting. Does Wizard change at all? We said Wizard was kind of a top tier level 1 guy. Is your opinion change on that? Because the moves have been changed since the last Baby Cup.
Guy?
I think Fireball is very similar to Ice Blast.
Yeah.
So I think that's the easiest way to think of it. Of it's doing 40 damage rather than 70 damage, but then it's doing that additional 20 burn damage.
Yeah. I still kind of like Ice Blast better, but
Sure.
I think it's still a very good move. I think similar to previous tournaments, using a wizard isn't exactly viable.
Yeah.
But a wizard subclass is very viable.
Right.
It's still getting to 2 meter to use that meteor. Yeah, if you get there, they're gonna have to interrupt you every single time or your game's over.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But how often are you getting there?
Right. Yeah, these were, I mean, on average, do we have the stats from that from like last tournament? These level 1 matchups, they're only like 7 or 8 turns, right?
They're like 7 turns, right?
Yeah, it's breaking down your opponent quickly. You're looking for moves that are gonna break him down quickly.
It's damage for cheap is what you're looking for, really.
You're looking for those 0 meter damage moves, 100%. Yeah.
And another thing that I've been kind of struggling with lately, because I was trying, so I didn't want to buy a Dragoon. I ended up buying a Dragoon, but yeah, I want to win. No, so I was playing with using a Warrior in the front line, and one thing that I really didn't like is that if you use, say it's a Warrior Archer, right? That's what I was working with. If I use that aim shot on the first turn, now I don't have a second option from that front line for turn 2. So they know
your ability threat has been completely shrunk down and predictable, which opens you up for interrupts, which if interrupted completely shifts the weight of now you have so much threat on the other side of the table that if they have a warrior or something like that, cleave and those big meter moves are now in play too.
Yeah, I like having that dual threat, and that's what Dragoon gives you, because Blitz is 0 meter and whatever the sub, just choose a good subclass. I got a Knight subclass, which I didn't love, but it was the best Dragoon available. So
with a Knight, is it Shield Slam?
It is Shield Slam.
Which is great, especially if you pair it with a Ninja. So you got like a Dragoon Knight subclass in front with a Ninja in the mid.
Yeah.
Can create a couple of
the things I don't like about it is it's essentially, I shouldn't say, I was going to say it's a worse form of Blitz, because Blitz is going to do damage as well. Yeah, you put them on silent, you put them on cooldown, their moves with Shield Slam, but if your Dragoon's not as fast, that move's going to get in. It's really effective if you have a fast Dragoon, or a fast Knight, I should say, because I'm talking about the subclass, but it's a Knight move.
Yep.
But the problem is that it's hard to come by fast Knights. You want to do that move first so that you put them on cooldown right then and there. They waste a turn.
Well, an interesting point about Dragoons I want to bring up, and kind of flash back to the Tavern segment. last Baby Cup tournament, I was able to quickly go on the market, find a level 1 Dragoon with like 0 summons for relatively cheap. I mean, it was under.
They were under 100.
150, under 120, I think. Yeah, or
I
even
think
some.
I think they were like going for like $70.
Yeah,
or 70 crystal.
But doesn't exist right now. So it while I understand like Dragoon definitely is one of the strongest for this Baby Cup tournament, I don't think it's as viable for most people to just run out and grab one.
But if you look at it from like floor perspective, is the floor for Dragoon or Sage going to change?
Probably not.
You could.
So even if you go and buy one for 130, the likelihood of you being able to sell it in a week for 130 is still very high.
Especially if you can get in some quests and maybe level it up.
Yeah, or just hang on to it.
Right.
Still Dragoon. I do want to shift gears because we have about 10 minutes left.
Yeah, we're wrapping up soon.
Until we wrap up, and then the ADFK guys are going to be going live. So hope everyone will pop over to their stream.
Yeah, we'll send everybody.
We'll be in their chat,
trolling
bugging them and stuff. So, but we're talking Fight Club. We have the tournament starting Monday. I know a lot of people might hear Monday and be like, "What? I don't want to do it on Monday." It's going to be group stages throughout the week. They're going to be slow moving. It's going to be. We understand people work. We work. Crypto hasn't. Yeah, haven't been able to quit my job just yet. So the weekend is going to be where it gets more fast paced, where it has that single Elam tournament if you bracket if you make it that far. But go sign up. Otherwise, we're firing the intern if we don't get sign-ups.
Getting his college credits.
But we do also have a giveaway for we did this on Twitter and we kind of totally forgot about it. This was for leading up to the release of raffle tickets. It was if you had 2 AIs, at least 2 AIs in ahead of raffle tickets, we were going to give you a Gen 0 summon. So this is the list. It's a short list. There are some people in the chat though. I saw Meme Machine in there. So we're just going to do it real quick just to make sure that no one accuses us of
we actually pay our debts.
Giveaways.
I hope it's DLay.
Yeah,
Nice.
Eric got 2 Gen 0s. He does not need anything else. All right, so DLay. So we're gonna do the summon quick. If someone wants,
you are ready to go. Look at this
we're on a time limit. I don't want to
on a time limit.
Raph and Neindorf are waiting, and they have actual alpha, not like us. We're just fucking around. No, I
threw their link in the chat for everybody.
Yeah, definitely. So we're doing a Lesser Might Stone. We got additional point of Agi, point of Int. You got to get this thing over level 10.
Are you at level 10?
I told you I'll stand pot when you're ready.
Yeah.
Because I have been selected.
So
and I told you next time we summon for us, sorry, DLay, I would be level 10.
Wow.
And I'm pretty damn close.
Wow. Air out the laundry. You don't care about the viewers. And their comments.
I'll be level 10. Don't you worry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got to get those.
We also, so we're going to wrap up at 10. So we're wrapping up soon, but we also have a very special announcement we got to make at the end of the pod. So
we do?
Stay tuned.
I don't get what
let's wait for this. Do the giveaway first, and then we'll get to the special announcement.
Have I heard this announcement?
Yeah, you were anti-announcement.
All right. I'll just focus on what I'm doing over here.
Mythic Dark Knight. That's what I want to know.
Yeah, guys.
It's going to be something amazing.
If this is orange or purple, just forget we said we'll delete the recording. Good to go.
These 16 people that are watching, you are not witnesses.
Hey, we got over 20. All right. No big deal. No big deal.
Ooh, Crypto Grady catching up. Starbuck has his stats unknown elite.
Of course. I was going to say one of the Mythic guys probably does.
They would.
All right. We're really taking a while here.
This is how it's been.
Dark Knight.
I've had the
here we go.
It's a Dark Knight.
Here we go.
Show me
He's
color.
going to be happy. Oh!
Nice.
All right. We want foraging.
What is that number?
89853. Fishing. Okay. Doesn't really matter.
Blue strength.
Blue strength with the strength. Ooh,
blue
gonna
strength on the Dark Knight?
put it Put it into here. Wait,
with a mic stuff, right?
No advanced. I just threw it in.
I want to put it in the FightKlub one too, though.
Oh yeah.
Guys,
That
so
would be
if
fun.
anyone doesn't know, you can go right here to DFK FightKlub, put in a hero ID,
Oh, it shows all. Oh, that's cool.
and it shows you the stats in game.
Oh, that's
This
very
thing's
cool.
kind of sick.
I didn't know
31
that, 'cause I've been
damage.
on the Discord. doing
19 charge too is
See,
pretty
the
good. At
one
level
thing
one.
I cannot wait to re-roll these because you have a pre-sub and I have a seer sub. So every time, even when we get a good hero, it's like
Yeah,
I just hate
subclass,
the
whatever.
caster subclasses.
This is a seer sub, right? Which
We're
curse
getting
could be
away.
interesting for
Oh,
not
man.
for level 1 baby cup, but curse can definitely be interesting in
Yeah,
other
no,
weight
definitely.
classes.
Yeah, we got 5 minutes left. You got anything else to talk about?
Oh, all right,
yeah,
so-
you're an
That's
asshole.
relay.
So everyone, I can't confirm a date yet, but in the next episode we do, next 1 or 2 episodes, we will be having a special guest on that might be dropping some alpha.
That may have been on today's
Workhorse.
Chaos
What?
Cast.
No, you can't say who it is.
You really weren't gonna say it?
No, I was gonna tease it. You gotta that's how you do it. You tease people.
No, it's Workhorse. We're pumped. We're gonna ask him all the
Wow.
questions.
Okay.
So start DMing us questions that you want answered, so that
We're gonna have
we don't have to
Workhorse
pick up our
on,
own.
and I'm gonna.
Otherwise, we're gonna have to Matty just kind of ramble like he
He's
always
gonna
does.
he's
every
gonna
single
regret it.
episode.
I'm gonna go nuts. I'm gonna ask him everything.
Is this gonna be like a little bit like fanboy moment for you?
Oh, 100% yes.
All right. We'll have to do some practice streams so you can kind of like get the jitters out
Yeah.
before we go live
For
with them.
sure. I'm gonna. Well, no, I gotta act cool because I want to be the hang out in his cool like. Do you see the studio they had? In
That
that
studio
Wisdom
Yeah, no,
Princess? Like,
we
they had
gotta
so many cool stuff there.
we gotta start angling for
yeah, we
invite
need
there.
a bogside section of that where we have a news desk. That'd be
I
awesome.
still want a Bogside section in the game. I
Well,
mentioned that
I
on
think that's
Twitter to
happening.
somebody.
I feel like they'll do like something bog, and we can just claim it as ours.
So there was I'm on the Stonecarver screen. I was claiming it's when he's there. He says something about like he always enjoys their little chats.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Mm,
So I was claiming for a little while. That was a shout out to us.
yeah, basically.
All right, so everybody, stay tuned. We'll obviously send more details out in the next few days when we're gonna have him on. We don't have a date yet, but we'll get it out to you. All right, everybody, go check out Adventures in DefiKingdoms. They're gonna be streaming very soon, if not right now.
Do we just stay on until they get on?
No, I mean,
Makes sense.
like give them,
If we did Twitch, we could raid into their.
that'd be cool.
Oh yeah, we could.
we
We
do
could
Twitch?
like push our stream over to their stream.
Hmm.
Are you saying we should be on Twitch?
Should we be on Twitch?
No, I don't think so. But
Yeah,
I like YouTube. It's comfort.
I do like
YouTube.
YouTube. Well, and I like. Oh yeah,
I like StreamYard.
I like StreamYard too.
It's very nice.
All right,
If
but
you haven't,
final thoughts, yeah.
Final thought. I see all the names in chat. If you're talking in chat and you're not signed up for the Baby Cup, I'm coming
Wait.
for you.
Yes.
So get signed up.
What is it, like 7 Gen 0 summons?
There's 6 Gen 0 summons and a set of eggs as the raffle prizes. We upped the actual buy-in, so the prize for winning, if your name is Mean Machine or Corey or Pouring, and have a shot there. That's gonna be higher. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
And it's only 25 crystal. I shouldn't say that. It's 25 crystal, but that's I feel
Go
like
with only.
doable.
Yeah.
What's that in USD now?
I mean,
$4.
change. Yeah.
More than it was a month ago.
That's
Hopefully,
true.
Yeah.
hopefully going to be a lot more in
Not
another
much
month or
more.
two.
Crystal.
Simon
Crystal,
asked,
fair enough. It actually
Yeah,
might
but
be
crystal's
less.
not that much more.
Franz, can
Crystal
you
was-
enlighten us? How do you sign up for the Baby Cup?
How do you sign up?
How do you sign up?
Great question.
You go to this site.
Well,
ADFK.
you just hit the like and subscribe button. That's how you do it, right?
Right.
No, don't
First,
say
you
that.
like and subscribe. No, so you go to
Although that would be cool if that signed you up for a tournament.
That would be cool.
adfk.app is the site. If you're not using this site already, then you're welcome because you should be.
Mhm.
You're going to go to DFK Tournaments. You're going to log in to the site first. And then you're going to go to DFK Tournaments. And you're going to see the 2 listed here. We didn't talk about the Whale Wars. We need more people in that. And right now we only have 6 that people that want to fight with, higher level heroes. I think the idea that we're doing level 13 as the cap is scaring some people away. you can 100% compete with level 11s. I am bringing 1 level 12 and 2 level 11s, and I did that last time and made it to the semifinals. It's completely possible with the higher level heroes.
Wait, which level 11 are you bringing?
A Sage, and no, I'm not. Don't
You're
worry
not bringing
about
Fall Ring, right?
I am bringing one of your heroes. No, I'm not. So go sign up for this as well. It's going to be fun. You're going to be surprised how well those level 11s do.
Yeah.
But the big attraction here is the Baby Cup.
Yeah.
I'm hoping this is over 25.
I think we're at 21.
God damn it. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Help me out here.
We're at 21, but
I
I've got like
feed-
I
five or
have to
six.
feed my family.
I've got like 5 or
these
6
entries.
people that have told me
Yes.
yes, I will sign up. So it's we're herding cats over here. We will continue to encourage the herd to sign up. But I mean, at the end of the day,
we'll be promoting it. We'll be talking about it on social media, so we'll get some attention going for it.
Yeah. Don't worry about if you want to be in the Baby Cup, register and pay your dues. And then Saturday and Sunday,
Yeah,
make
don't
sure
worry about
you get your
lineups. You
heroes
can
in.
figure out the lineups later.
Your heroes, you can register without posting your heroes.
Exactly.
And we intentionally did that. But we do want to get your heroes in
Just
by
throw your
Sunday
name
so
in.
that we can't build
Yeah.
the tournament bracket until your heroes are in. So
Because that's how
don't
we
wait
do
too long.
seeding.
All right, very good. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, stay tuned. We will be having special episodes soon where we have workers on and we just grill them for alpha. But otherwise, go sign up for the Fight Club tournament. We will see you there.
And hop over to
I sent the link
in
earlier.
chat. It's
Yeah.
in chat. Hop over to ADFK stream. Get some alpha from Miami there as they talk to Kells.
Yeah.
see y'all.
All right. For Franz and Guy Kid, my name is Matty Pesk. This has been Bogside Chats. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.
And